Okay, in this video I'm going to go over the Veneer dual range force sensor and also the LoggerPro, which is the program that will plot the data that is gathered using the force sensor. All right, this Veneer dual range force sensor is basically like a spring scale. If I put a weight here, right, and pull on it, it's going to measure the force. Right? Or I've got another one set up here where if I push on it, okay, I've got a little bumper. It's just screwed on right where the hook was on the other one. All right, now if I push on it, it's going to measure the force that's being pushed. All right, it's called a dual range force sensor because it's got a plus or minus 10 newtons and a plus or minus 50 newtons. The plus or minus 10 newtons just makes it a little more sensitive, so that way you can measure smaller forces. You'll need to have it set on this one. All right. Also, the little bar here can be screwed off or on, and you can move it. All right. Put it into the hole, put the little screw on here to make it stable. All right. Or you can attach it to something on your simple machine or whatever it is that you're testing. All right. You can just use it like this without the bar. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and look at how we're going to connect it to the computer. So you've got an end that looks like this, okay? And you're going to put it into your Go link. Right? The Go link is basically also made by Veneer, and they've got several different things, different products that have to be connected to the computer, so they all connect into the Go link and then it transfers it to the computer. So this has a USB port, so just put it into the USB drive on your computer. All right, plug this in here and you're ready to open up LoggerPro. All right, so LoggerPro, close that. If you don't have it on your desktop, go ahead and type in LoggerPro, and you'll see it's LoggerPro 3.8.6.1. If you don't have it on the desktop, go ahead and drag it out there so that it's easier to find next time. All right, I do have it on my desktop, so I'm going to open it from there. And LoggerPro can also be used to plot data that you obtain in other ways. But for this particular activity, we are getting our data, or getting it by using the dual range force sensor. Okay, so let me make this a little bit smaller so that we can look at it as well as the LoggerPro at the same time. Okay, the first thing that you want to do is you want to zero it. As you can tell, my force says negative 3.492, whatever. So I click the little zero button right here. Set 0 point. All right, so I'm going to click on 0. And notice it's going to set it to 0. And so no matter how I hold it, if I'm going to be measuring it with it upside down, I can zero it this way. I can zero it this way. If I'm looking at it like this, you can tell it's zeroing it each time. So whenever you're ready to measure something, make sure that you zero it first. And say I hang something on it, and it's going to pull down. So watch the force as it pulls, right? And then say I'm going to push something, zero it. And if I push, notice they're negative numbers, but you can still use those numbers because you know which direction you're going in. All right, so the first thing you need to do is you're going to do an experiment. All right, so start collection. And you can tell as I pull, it's going to show you the collection. All right, and stop. And I can look at this graph and see at what point the highest force was. And that's what I'm going to go with. Okay. And then I can save it so that I can use it later and look at it later, just in case I forgot anything. Okay, so this should get you started. If you have any questions, just let me know.